Those of you who had a tough time with Samson, I agree with you. Samson is hard to read. He never once seems to be acting in an organized fashion. And I have to wonder if that's not part of the point. I walk away trying to put myself in the shoes of the ancient Israelites. And I can imagine two things. First, I can imagine that they would be interested. And the Bible often takes sort of breaks for sort of exciting stories that seem to happen outside the realm of normal life. It's meant to be interesting, like a good sweeps week TV show. So I think there's part of that. But also, I think we're meant to be uncomfortable with Samson. I think we're meant to look at Samson and say, wow, that would be cool, but actually, it's not so good for society when people act that way. It's not the Israeli soldiers, it's not the troops who are able to save the day. It's one guy, and he makes it about his own personal needs and his own personal stuff. He goes down to the Philistine area so that he can pick a fight, so that he can act out of revenge. That fundamentally, this cycle of an individual acting on their own as a vigilante for the purpose of revenge might get small victories, but doesn't change the society, doesn't change the world, doesn't make the place better than it was before. Ultimately, it tends to end in destruction. And I think that that fundamentally is the message of Samson. Even though he is given his gifts by God, even though an angel brings him along the ways, I think it is a message, a subtle message to people to be wary of these charismatic people who don't have systematic, thoughtful approaches for lasting change. That's where I'm left with Samson, even though I love reading the story and am excited to go see Avengers on Monday and all these superhero movies. But I think that they serve as the exceptions to the rule, the examples of stories that are specifically not about real life and real lasting change. I hope you enjoyed it. Get excited for next week.